for today's cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
Boy, today's energy. Ugh.
It's
Is it
not.
just me? Was it because I took the meclizine?
No, it literally feels like the start of 2020 again.
It's just been...
It ain't a good energy.
No, it's not. It's dark. It's heavy. It's just shitty.
Yeah.
And that's what it
Yeah.
was. We didn't make it 30 seconds, did we? And this is why the algorithm, it's like, they've got potty mouth.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's literally why they don't promote us more, is because we do got potty mouth. Sorry, this is just real life. This ain't for children.
No, our channel has never been for children.
Yeah, it's not like children can comprehend the topics that we talk about anyway.
It's not. There's a lot of adults that can't comprehend the topics that we talk about.
That's called emotional immaturity and
Absolutely.
stupidity.
And it is in epidemic proportions, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that everywhere. And I was telling Kid that I sound like, advertising just for Stefan Burns, and I am, because he's got information that is needed right now.
Mm-hmm.
And geophysicist.
Yeah.
Geophysicist turned spiritual person.
He's a smart man and knows his shit well.
Yes.
With the grounding and all that, he knows his shit.
Uh-huh. He really does. And he was the one that had been talking about, as far as the dark triad, and that was Black Moon Lilith said had moved into the sign of Libra. Well, she ain't gonna bring no balance on that.
No.
She be trying to tip the scales on the opposite direction right now.
Very much, but she's not going to succeed.
That energy is not. And it says creating a grand air trine with Pluto in Aquarius and Sedna in Gemini. Well, no wonder everything feels fucked. But
Ain't that some shit?
This is supposed to get out of here on July 25th.
Listen, Gemini is already a volatile sign anyway.
It is.
So
It is. And on the, and I actually, when we did report on this several cups back, so it's got the link and everything in it. But on his thumbnail, he had exhaustion, overwhelmed, loss of faith, low confidence, utter defeat. Those are things that you had to be aware of during this transit.
you want to know one of the things that I wrote in my journal for
What?
for my ultimate desires was to have unshakable and unbreakable faith.
Well, yeah. And it takes work, but a lot of times to get to that, you go through some stuff.
Yeah.
You really
Yeah.
do. And when I have found myself feeling negative, and that yesterday I was okay. Today, not so much, and I guess it's the sinus thing, because mind, body, and spirit, if you've got something that's out of kilter, it's going to affect all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So but the energy today was just, whew,
It's been
very
rough.
draining.
Yeah.
And so he had a recent one, and I actually, when he comes out with a new video and I watch it, I usually go ahead and post it over to X.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Because why would I not?
Well, you try to promote his stuff.
It's information. If it helps me, then I figure that it can help somebody else.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's sharing the wealth of knowledge. And for some reason, you have some people that they like to hoard. Be it physical things, be it money, whatever it is. And there are some people that will hoard knowledge. And so
Yeah.
I said, why? Why would you do that? If you know something that can benefit someone else,
Mm-hmm.
whether they take what you have to offer, that's on them. But if you can help someone during their time of struggle, why would you not?
Right. Right. You know?
And
or
then
if it's anything else.
Well, and then you've got people that use that in a very manipulative form. I know something you don't know. Mm-hmm.
No, knowledge is power. If you have knowledge and you want to share it, share it.
No, but I mean, you've always got some of these people. It's like they've got the secret knowledge. Maybe they do and maybe they don't. I don't know.
A lot of that secret knowledge, guess what? It's bullshit. The only people that have secret knowledge that they are hiding from us, truly hiding from us, is, well, I can't say the names or else it'll get us yeeted.
Right.
The higher ups, that's all I'm going to say.
The lizards.
Yeah. Well, it's not just the lizards.
And the thing is, within that, those are the ones that are doing some of this really dark stuff to try to hurt other people. Those are the forces of darkness. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And for people, it's like, well, she's not talking about spoopy shit. It's all spoopy shit these days, each and every day.
Spoopy.
Which is why we try to bring some levity to the situation.
Yeah.
But Stefan Burns had a really good video the other day, and I will put the link on this one unless I totally ass up and forget it, which it could happen. And it's how to reduce stress from space weather or narcissistic peoples.
You grab 2 branches and put your bare feet on the roots on the ground.
You can do that.
And then you just hug the tree and be like, thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you, tree, for being here, for giving us air, for having the wonderful textures that's on it. Mm-hmm. Thank you, God, for designing this tree.
Because it is between heaven and earth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just... Plants are incredible. What?
March 5th. Did you know what day that is? The
Your
day
birthday.
of heaven and hell.
Well...
Ain't that some shit?
Well, it's a matter of reaching up. It's a matter of dragging, digging yourself out of hell.
Yeah.
And one of the ways you do that is to keep looking up.
Yeah. But I thought that was some shit. And right now it is very much a battle between heaven and hell.
It always has been. It's just more so right now.
Yeah.
But on his thumbnail, and it says, strengthen your Biofield shield. And he goes into the scientific explanation as far as people's, if you want to call them auras, if you want to call them spirit body, whatever like that, and how that relates to the Earth's gravitational field. It's very intense, but he puts it in a language where anybody can understand it. Mm-hmm. Or most people can understand it. And it's like, if it gets too technical, just sort of clock out for a few seconds until he comes back to something that you can process and that you need and go, oh, okay, that's what I needed.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what God does with me a lot. It's like, no, this is, you don't need to know this. But at this point, pay attention to this. It's okay.
Yep.
And one of the most interesting things that he had said, and it made sense to Kid and I after he said it. He was talking about during this period of energies that's going on and stuff. Potatoes. Potatoes can help you ground.
Yeah, I mean they grow in the ground.
Yes.
They're root vegetables. So, and they're delicious.
Sense, and I had never thought about it before. But because that I have to try to watch the carbs.
Yeah, but they're good for you.
Because of the damn diabetes is stupid.
Diabetes is stupid, but the potatoes bring joy.
Kid and I, for a couple of weeks, had gone on this baked potato kick.
Listen, we are fucking up those baked potatoes. They are so good. They're so good.
This was the whole deal about me using the rutabagas to try to reduce the carbs.
Yeah, but the rutabagas just ain't the same.
You cannot do... Well, I have heard of people doing the mashed rutabaga.
Yeah, but mashed rutabaga versus mashed potatoes.
That's true.
Or baked... Who the fuck... Have you heard of a baked rutabaga?
That doesn't mean it's not out there.
But you can't do the same thing with a rutabaga that you can with a potato.
No,
you can't make a
cannot.
baked rutabaga.
You cannot in the same way. But as far as using that instead of the whatever that casserole that had the bacon and everything like that.
Listen, that casserole was damn good.
When I make it with rutabagas, it's not exactly the same, but it's damn close to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very close.
Same thing with the rutabaga salad. Instead of potato salad, I make a rutabaga salad.
See, I prefer the rutabaga casserole than the rutabaga salad.
But the baked potatoes, and that was what we thought of. It's like, what the hell is up with this? I've had to avoid them basically for years.
They haven't seemed to be hurting you that bad. Other than your sugar.
Well, that's it. That's the whole damn thing. Diabetes is stupid. It really is.
But does it make you physically hurt? Do the potatoes make you physically hurt?
Let me tell you something. When the sugar goes one way or the other, too high or too low, you don't feel good. You just don't feel good.
You just feel like you're about to pass out or something like that.
I actually do better if mine's too low than I do if it's too high. If it's too high, I just feel like a damn slug. But if it's too low, then it's kind of trippy. It's like, oh, look, she's about to hit the floor.
Yeah. It's she's in between realms right now.
Yeah, really between life and death. For real. Her glucose level is
one foot in the door, 1 foot out.
And that is what is so funny about my bunch of people. I can tell them, my sugar has dropped. I need to do something, because you have to do something. And if you don't do something, it continues to go down. And it's like, for me to have a glucose level that's in the 40s, and then people want to do some kind of they start asking me questions or want to do some kind of discussion that requires a dissertation, and I'm sitting there like,
or wanting to show them something.
No, that is not the time to discuss deep subjects.
Mama, you live in it's just me and you in this house, and we both got ADHD of various form.
But it's when it gets down in the 30s and the 40s, I will sort of like stare.
Yeah, and clocking out. You got that.
And it's just one of those. It's like, only thing that you can do at that point is try to shove some kind of sugar-laden something in your face.
Sugar-laden. A Coca-Cola, a candy bar,
yeah, I mean,
gummy.
I have to, and that's what's crazy. And even before I was with the diabetes, because I would have these sugar cravings, like I have never craved sugar in my life the way that I had when I became diabetic. So, but anyhow, and now I have to have the stuff near me, but with the potatoes and the grounding, and that made perfect sense.
Yeah.
Because when the energy is just too intense, and that's where you're just trying to cope.
Mm-hmm.
And to have a nice baked potato, which it's like not doing the whole thing. We just microwave the thing.
I don't care. It's still a baked potato.
It is.
It's delicious. It's a cooked potato. You're not going to get poisoned by the arsenic.
When you can do that, don't eat the green potato parts, please.
Don't do
not
that.
Lots of them anyhow, because that is arsenic, because they're nightshades.
Can you cook that arsenic out of it?
No. It's just hot arsenic.
Well,
I mean, I used to enjoy the potato chips when I was a child that had the green edges on them. Who knew?
And how does that work with the baked potatoes?
Huh?
If the baked potato has green on it,
you cut that part off, son? You throw that part away.
I haven't noticed the baked potatoes.
Don't eat the eyes. As far as if it's got sprouts, don't eat those either. Because it's a nightshade.
Well, that's why I asked you, was it safe to eat the skin and all that?
Yes, as long as it's not green. Do not eat the green parts of it. Don't eat the potato vines. Don't eat the potato leaves. None of that stuff. Oh. Anyhow, to have a baked potato, real butter, real sour cream, chives, salt, pepper, cheese, what have you.
All we needed was the bacon bits.
Yeah. But that's a meal in and of itself.
It is. Because after that baked potato, I was struggling to eat some of the steak.
And that's fine, because it was a matter of the healthy fats that came from the real butter, as opposed to some of this other stuff that God knows what it was.
Parquet.
God.
What is that, margarine?
What that is just sad. It is another one of those Franken foods that was developed years ago. And it's like, people's like, well, why are Americans like this? Okay, read some of our food labels.
Yeah, we've been poisoned for
yes.
years, decades.
And so that's one of the things, as far as not only the obesity and the health issues, but the passivity, from the fluoride in the water and everything.
And the fluoride in the toothpaste and all that too. It's like they tell you not to. Now they tell you not to rinse it out.
That's bullshit. Because if you look at any of that fluoride stuff that comes from the dentist, it will tell you, and it used to tell you this on tubes of toothpaste, do not swallow.
Yeah.
Okay, and yet they're saying put this stuff in your water and drink it.
Right.
Right.
Like that's no, no, fam.
I mean, it's some heavy stuff, and everything that we're being exposed to on a mental and spiritual level is just heavy and heavy and heavy. And I have to really, at this point in time, be cognizant of how I want to spend my energy. Because it's always, that's the whole thing about chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, all that stuff. Your battery light is always low.
Right. It is.
But during events like this and these types of planetary bullshit things and stuff like that, it just dips down into nothingness.
Yeah.
So when Stefan is like, oh, yeah, you need a potato, and I'm like, damn, that's something practical that I can do.
It's something simple.
And enjoy it.
It's something simple.
Yes. And I think that a lot of our answers very much could be simple. It's just that we have been thrust into all this complexity. And it's like, oh, well, you don't understand this. It can't be that simple. You got to do this and jump through that hoop and blah, 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 blah.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. God's pretty simple and straightforward. What the devil does, he tries to confuse people and overcomplicate shit.
Absolutely.
What was that saying that you've been saying for the last month? Let your food be your medicine.
Oh, well, I didn't say that. It's like Hippocrates and some of these people, these ancient peoples knew this.
But legit, that's why people have started growing their own food again.
Yes.
Raising their own cattle, raising their own livestock in general, just all that. They've gone back to that.
Because they've had to.
Yeah. Well, not only because they've had to, because they've realized... do I want to eat the bugs? Do I want to eat the bioengineered shit? Or do I want to be healthy?
Right.
So they choose the healthy.
Well, to do the best that they can on these things.
Yeah.
And to reclaim a lot of that ancient knowledge, excuse me, the sinus thing. And as far as if it is healing, as far with herbs, plant remedies, different things like that. Which I have been doing since 1989.
Oh, people have been buying books all the way from the 1800s as far as the herbalism.
This morning during Robert Phoenix's Astro Weather and Chattaria and stuff, and there's people in there that had just so much knowledge. And even if you don't ever join into the chat, you can learn so much just by reading what these other people are sharing.
Yeah.
And that someone had gotten into some poison ivy, poison oak, whatever it was, and they were talking about jewelweed.
What's that?
Jewelweed is a plant that usually grows near poison ivy and poison oak, and it's the antidote.
Legit?
And a lot of times things work like that. For if there's a poisonous plant, a lot of times the antidote will grow near it. And when I worked at the health food store, there was a type of soap, and I don't remember the name of it, but the primary ingredient in it was jewelweed. And people would come in all the time and get that when they had gotten into poison oak and poison ivy. Now, once you've already got the blisters and stuff, some of that can be kind of...
See, this is the shit that the higher ups don't want people to know because they don't want to know how to. They don't want people to know how to take care of themselves.
Right. But somebody was talking about even as far as the blisters when you've already been exposed to the toxin, that bentonite clay, that they had used that to draw some of the poison out of it. And then I think that they had suggested aloe after that.
Okay.
And I'm like, damn. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Yeah, no. Now, what exactly is the bentonite clay? Like, what is that made out of?
Bentonite clay, it is a form of clay. That's the green clay.
Oh, is that the same stuff that they use, like, the face masks for?
Yes.
And stuff like that? Okay.
It's amazing. I have been a fan of bentonite for many, many years. There are some people that have been checked with whoever, and we're not recommending anybody do anything for anything.
Yeah, no.
Except to have some common sense that we're recommending.
Yeah.
That as far as detoxing, there is a type that you can use that you can take internally to detox different poisons.
Wicked. All right.
And also as far as around the foundation of a house, that people can use bentonite clay to prevent water seepage into cinder block and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
that is
fascinating
pretty
stuff.
damn cool.
Yeah. There's all kinds of things. And this is the knowledge that people need to share with each other. And that was the reason that I appreciated Stefan so much. Sit there and go, and potatoes, grounding. It'll help you during this period of time. Yeah. Which made sense. Like I said, that's why we've been craving the potatoes.
Because the potatoes have been making us happy.
It makes us calmer.
It makes us calmer, but just by enjoying, but the flavor, it makes us happy.
Well, carbs, that is one of the things as far as carbs do help. Those are comfort foods.
Yeah.
That's a reason that people a lot of times will start craving the high starches and different things like that. And when you get into the different grains and the wheats, and for those who can enjoy them, God love you, have an extra helping of macaroni and cheese for me. Mm-hmm. Because I will tell you this, that the gluten-free alternatives, they're lacking.
They're sucky.
Yeah. They're lacking.
I don't get the gluten-free pizza from Ella Mushroom.
No, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's so sad.
It was inexpensive and sad.
Yeah, they stole our money for some cardboard.
I would have rather, you know what? I could have just said, hey, bring me a box, bring me a little bit of sauce, and put some cheese on it. I would have been better off.
God. You've got frozen pizzas made out of cauliflower that was better than that.
Yeah. The best one that we had came from, there was a restaurant chain in our area that's called Pizza Plus.
Yeah.
And the one that they had was the best gluten-free pizza that I have tasted so far. And I hope that it truly was gluten-free, because some people, it's like, oh, it's just got a little bit of wheat in it.
Well, it didn't seem to mess you up.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
And I take it, okay, it didn't run her sugar up, so then it must be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, because white flour is not good for anybody. But damn, it's tasty.
It is.
It's tasty.
It is, but it's bleached and processed beyond. It takes all the nutrients out.
It does. It really, really does.
No.
But the potato, the simple potato, and it's like, you can do so many things with a potato.
Yeah. You can make mashed potatoes. You can make a baked potato. You can make a baked potato salad.
Oh, you can do the French fries.
French fries, yeah.
There's all kinds of things that you can do with them. Yeah.
What is that? Like the baked potato slices or something like that?
It's
or the potato slices?
The potato chip? It's just...
No, not a potato chip. Like they're fried.
But, the potato wedges?
But it's not like... It's not even the potato wedges. Like they're literally cut up in like discs. And then you just set them in the pan in some oil and then just sort of saute them for a bit.
Yeah, there's lots of things that you can do with them. But now, as far as you were asking the skin on a baked potato, and it's actually, that's where you've got a lot of your nutrients.
Because last time we were up at Nana's house, and I was trying to pluck the eyes out of them or whatever they were.
I don't think that.
Like the little tiny divots in them.
Oh, well, as long as it's not sprouted, the divots are always going to be there. As long as you don't have something growing out of those, you're all right.
Okay.
Yeah, and then all you have to do is just cut those out and throw them away. And even if you ate one of them, I don't know how many it would take for you to get arsenic.
I mean, if you ate a whole potato that was green,
I want to have to end up in the ER with you with arsenic poisoning and them going, how did this happen?
I ate a potato. I just ate a potato.
Oh, God.
I wanted that potato. I would eat it green.
Here, it could happen. Oh, God, it could happen.
Don't say that.
But, I mean, all you have to do is take a scrubby pad and you just scrub down the outside of the potato.
Yeah, but does that help the green on the inside?
Oh, God. Is it just me? But I always, when I was doing the potatoes, like when I made potato salad, the red-skinned potatoes, as opposed to like the Idaho russet potatoes.
Do the red-skinned potatoes taste any different than the regular brown potatoes?
No, they really don't. I think that there may be a little bit of difference in the carbohydrate content. I would have to look that up, but I'm not going to right now. But when you make a potato salad with those, it's pretty. If you leave the skins on, it's pretty.
Yeah, it really is. What was the other potato? It had like a white skin or something like that. Is it white?
I have no idea. I know
it's not the brown potato. It literally looks kind of like a cream or something color to
There's
it.
this one. It's a Yukon Gold that,
or maybe that's
you may be thinking about it. And on the inside of it, it is a butter color.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
They even have some, and I've never eaten any of these, that they're blue. They're pretty.
Ooh.
Like I said, I've never eaten them.
I bet they're tasty. I would hope that they're tasty.
They taste just like any other potato.
But
within, as far as the grounding, you've also got sweet potatoes that you can do.
Yeah, and sweet potatoes don't taste like the regular potatoes. They're sweet.
It's a sweet potato. I like the sweet potatoes. They don't adversely affect me as much as the regular potatoes.
They must not have like as high of a carb count in them that regular potatoes do.
But you've got carrots, any of these things, and it's something that's so simple that it's like during this period of time when all this mess is going on, baked potato. If you possibly can, go and get you a nice baked potato.
Yeah. Enjoy that baked potato. Load it down with bacon bits, sour cream, chives, salt and pepper. Load it down with the salt and pepper, mainly the pepper.
Back before, when till this cheese. Total dimensional shift, Wendy's used to have, and they were ginormous. Those were some of the biggest potatoes I've ever seen in my life.
When did they serve baked potatoes?
That was back in the 80s. That was back in the 80s.
Y'all had baked potatoes from Wendy's in the 80s?
We certainly did. And it's like
that's not fair.
You could get them that they either had like the Wendy's chili, or you could get with butter, sour cream, or with broccoli and cheese.
Even with fast food, y'all had better shit back then.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I'm telling you, it was Wave X. It sent us into some kind of weird hellscape dimension.
It really did. And then CERN decided to do a bunch of shit too. Mm-hmm.
So,
man, what kind of fuckery is this?
You're really the humble potato. Final words on it?
Enjoy that baked potato. Put your face right into that potato. If it's mashed potatoes, make a sculpture out of your mashed potatoes and then eat it.
When I was little, Mr. Potato Head, you had to provide your own potatoes.
You did. And that's so much better than the damn plastic potato that they have now.
Yeah. Unless you forgot where you put Mr. Potato Head and then you found it months later because of the smell.
Yeah. It's been years, but I have searched on eBay for those original Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head kits.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, well, this is a danger to children because it's got sharp pointy
That was
things.
the only thing. It's like, but it's like, damn, don't poke yourself with it. You're poking in the potato.
Natural selection. I'm telling you, this is as far as...
And it wasn't just for the potatoes. It's for the other vegetables, too. Like, they advertised the other vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, you could do different things like that. But I think that as far as nature always does what nature does to truly balance the scales.
Yeah.
And that does include natural selection.
It does.
Let's face it.
Well, that's why we've been having a lot of car wrecks lately.
I don't know that that's...
Because it's just stupid is going to kill.
It does. That is, as far as distracted driving... Now, if somebody cannot turn off a device long enough to be on a road with other motorists, they do not need to be on the road.
Yeah. And there was a lady on TikTok that said that God gave her a word and said that there was going to be a bunch of car wrecks coming up.
Is that because...
And it has already been happening.
Is that due to... the distracted driving or what?
She didn't get a reason why. It's just like, oh, this is going to be happening.
That is not encouraging.
No. But Phil witnessed a car accident yesterday.
He said our buddy had said that there were quite a few of them. And it's like, if I can take the secondary routes anymore, I do so.
The back roads.
Yeah.
The back roads are more fun anyway.
Well, it's just a matter you got to be careful because there's idiots everywhere. But at least they're on the back roads. They're not usually doing 80. Sometimes they're doing 80.
No, but usually they're also very few and far in between too.
Yeah. So, final thoughts on the potatoes?
Stuff your face with a potato. Make a loaded potato.
It's a goodness.
Yes.
Ground yourself. But I just thought that was fascinating.
Yeah.
So if you've had experiences with paranormal, I'm getting ready to... What? What?
Well, along with the potatoes, what about other root vegetables as well? Like carrots, stuff like that?
I had already said that.
I didn't.
I did.
Mama.
I did.
I got ADHD. You think I can... You think I can comprehend and keep all this stuff in my head?
Stuff your face with experiences with paranormal, supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats. If you have other knowledge as far as grounding techniques and stuff that you would like to share with everyone, please put that in the comment section.
Yes, please do.
That, and if you don't want to comment, then you can send me an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and that'll be in the description box. Like I said, I'll put a link to the video by Stefan Burns. And you, too, can enjoy learning from him.
Enjoy the learning. He knows a lot.
He is. He's a good guy.
If you like this video, leave a comment, like, share, and also subscribe. Click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. I don't know if it does anything, but it likes the affection. Give it a little ding. Check her out on BitChute and Rumble at Werlanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter. Werlanda, COCWS. It's like radio station call sign. It's pretty cool on there. She retweets a lot of people's stuff. Also, there's just one dude that makes AI stuff. Actually, two dudes. But this one dude mainly that I'm thinking of because he makes all the gothic stuff. It's really cool. She retweets his stuff a lot. Mm-hmm. He makes some really cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. There's some very talented people.
But through her, you could also find a bunch of cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's what I try to do, is share stuff. That's what it's about. That is what it's about. Know that you are loved. Mm-hmm. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. Mm-hmm. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep, Peruski.
Bye.
Bye.